At Home Base, we believe that good nutrition is about so much more than counting grams of carbohydrates or protein. It is about enjoying the food that nourishes our bodies. After all, food brings communities of people together. It unites families and friends, new and old. With this segment, called From Our Cookbook to Yours, we interview the dedicated staff at Home Base as they share the significance behind some of their favorite family recipes. All right, so thank you so much for joining us today. Would you mind just sharing your name and your role at Home Base?
Absolutely. Thank you for having me. My name is Heidi DOTSON. I am the Senior Clinical Exercise Physiologist at Home Base.
Awesome. I'm so excited to have you share a recipe today because I know that you love home cooking and it's a huge part of what you do with your family and your friends. So would you share with us what's the recipe that you'd like to share with Home Base Nation?
I would love to share one of my favorite comfort meals, which is New England baked SCROD and roasted asparagus. It's one of my go-to meals.
Oh, that sounds so good. So where did the recipe come from?
So this recipe is a family tradition. It's an old school New England recipe with the Ritz cracker crumbs and lemon baked with the fish. It dates all the way back to my grandparents when they first came to America and they were eating local food in New England and they picked it up. And the asparagus is actually from my sister, and it was one thing that she came up with when we started cooking together in high school. And it's something that really goes well with any meal, but I particularly like it with fish.
Yeah, no, that sounds so great because you can have that asparagus sort of on its own or with other protein sources, but when you combine it with this fish dish that you're describing, it's like a double whammy in terms of family tradition because that's something that's been passed down, it sounds like, for decades, really.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So who taught you how to cook the fish part of the dish?
I remember making this dish with my mom when I was a kid. It's something traditionally in the springtime when the fresh fishing boats come in and bring in really fresh fish, and you would find it in the market. SCROD meaning just basically whatever was freshest white fish of the day, which is typically cod or haddock in this area. So it's not a specific species of fish, but generally it is cod or haddock in New England.
Okay, awesome. And so how do you prepare the fish? Tell me a little bit more about what you do for this recipe.
So SCROD is typically sold as fillets, and we just put it on a baking sheet, crumble up some Cheez-Its and Ritz crackers, and add a little bit of butter, sprinkle that over the top of the fish, and add some lemon wedges on top, and stick it in the oven. It is quick and easy, and it really is a treat and family friendly.
I love that because it's so simple and a lot of things that people probably already have in their home or can easily get. You know, it's not a laundry list of ingredients. And it's kind of repurposing things that we might eat in other ways. Like, you know, I'll eat Ritz crackers with a snack, but I don't always think to crumble it up and put it on a piece of fish and bake it. So
it's something everyone has in their cupboards.
Yeah, absolutely. And if they don't, they can easily grab it. It's something that we can really commonly find around us, either at a convenience store or a larger grocery store. Awesome, cool. So do you have any plans to make this recipe anytime soon?
Actually, and kind of talking about this, I was like, oh, I haven't made this in a little while. It's one of my favorites. So I'm planning to make it in the next week or so, next time I go to the grocery store. Pick up some fresh haddock and cook it up.
Yeah, no, awesome. Well, thanks for sharing that recipe idea with us, and hopefully a lot of folks throughout Home Base Nation feel inspired to prepare either a family recipe that they haven't made in a while or take a shot at making the one you've shared with us. Thanks for joining us today. For more recipe inspiration, visit www.homebase.org podcast.com/nutrition and scroll down to check out our recipe library. Please share our content with your family and friends, and don't forget to follow us on social media at Home Based Program.